Welcome back, my YouTube channel Coin Discovery Old Zone. Today's video, we are turning our attention to a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but carries a fascinating story. This coin, 2003D Jefferson nickel from the United States, a 5-cent piece that could surprise even seasoned collectors. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American coinage since 1938. Designed to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence, it replaced the Buffalo nickel and marked a new era in American numismatics. Over the decades, this coin has undergone subtle changes, but it has always remained an integral part of U.S. currency. The 2003 D. Jefferson nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, which is identified by the small d mint mark located to the right of Jefferson's portrait. This particular year is notable because it was one of the final years before a major design change. In 2004, the Westward Journey series began, commemorating the Lewis and Clark expedition, and with it came a whole new look for the nickel dot on the obverse. We see the familiar left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson. This design was created by Felix Schlag, who won a nationwide competition in 1938. His initials were added much later, in 1966, appearing just below Jefferson's bust. The image on the 2003 nickel preserves this long-standing design with crisp detail and historical elegance. The reverse of the coin features Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate. The architectural precision in the engraving is remarkable, with the word Monticello placed directly beneath the structure. The inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, United States of America, and 5 cents complete the design, wrapping around the iconic home of Jefferson. In 2003, over 388 million Jefferson nickels were struck at the Denver Mint. That may seem like a large number, and in general circulation, these coins are still quite common. However, not all 2003 D nickels are created equal. Certain errors, rare variations, and pristine conditions have made specific examples stand out significantly. What makes this coin particularly interesting to collectors is not only its position at the end of the pre-redesign era, but also the emergence of unique minting errors. These include off-center strikes, double dies, clip planchets, and full-step varieties, where all the steps of Monticello appear clearly defined. These variations can drastically increase a coin's value. Coins with the full steps designation, for instance, are highly prized among collectors. This is because a perfectly struck Monticello with all 5 or 6 steps visible is surprisingly rare. Most coins show wear or weak strikes in that area. A 2003 D nickel with full steps in mint state can command a premium price in the market. Even more fascinating are the rare errors that occurred during the minting process. Coins struck on the wrong planchet, or those with dramatic off-center errors, have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their rarity and condition. These aren't coins you find every day, and even minor errors can catch a collector's eye. Let's talk about condition. Coin grading is essential when evaluating value. A standard 2003 D nickel in circulated condition might be worth just face value, but a coin graded MS 67 or higher by a professional service, such as PCGS or NGC, could fetch between $20 to $150, depending on market demand. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Now, you might be wondering about that incredible number you saw in the title, $2 million. Where does that come from? While a standard 2003 D Jefferson nickel is not inherently worth millions, there have been rumors, legends, and isolated auction records involving mint errors or misstruck coins selling for astonishing amounts. In very specific, high-profile cases, one such claim involve a unique 2003 D Jefferson nickel struck on a gold planchet, verified by experts and authenticated by grading services. Such a coin, with crossover appeal to both nickel and gold coin collectors, could indeed fetch upwards of $2 million at auction. Due to its extreme rarity and the mystery surrounding its creation, it's important to note, however, that these coins are 1 in a billion rarities. Most collectors will never come across one, but the possibility of such a discovery is part of what keeps the hobby exciting. That's why many collectors continue searching through rolls, change, and inherited collections, hoping to find that once-in-a-lifetime piece. Aside from errors and conditions, provenance can also add value. A coin previously owned by a famous collector or one featured in a major exhibition can increase in value purely due to its history. While the 2003 D nickel is relatively modern, it's not immune to this principle, especially as time goes on. If you have a 2003 D Jefferson nickel, examine it closely. Look at the steps on Monticello. Inspect it under a magnifying glass for doubling or misalignment. Check its edges and surfaces for anything unusual. And if you suspect something rare, consider having it graded. You could be holding something worth far more than 5 cents. Even without rare errors, many collectors seek out the 2003 D nickel to complete their sets. With its connection to the end of an era and the beginning of a new design in 2004, it plays a key transitional role in the Jefferson series. As time passes, pristine examples will become harder to find. For casual collectors and serious numismatists alike, this coin 5 cents 2003 D Jefferson nickel United States coin history. This coin 2002 D Jefferson nickel from the United States. Though often overlooked, this 5-cent piece holds far more history, design significance, and potential value than many collectors realize. Minted in the year 2002, this coin carries the image of one of America's most respected founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson. As the third president of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, Jefferson's legacy is proudly displayed on the obverse of the nickel. The obverse side of the 2002 D Jefferson nickel features a left-facing portrait of Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag. His initials, FS, can be found subtly placed beneath the bust, a detail that connects this modern coin to its classic 1938 design roots. On the upper rim of the obverse, we see the phrase, "In God We Trust," a core motto in American currency. To the left of Jefferson's portrait is the word liberty, stylized in Jefferson's own handwriting, and to the right, the date 2002, followed by the mint mark D for Denver Mint. The reverse side of the coin depicts Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia estate, which he designed and built himself. This classic architectural rendering has been part of the Jefferson nickel's design since its inception and remains a strong symbol of American heritage. Beneath Monticello, the word Monticello is inscribed in bold. Above the building is the Latin phrase E pluribus unum, which means out of many one. Below Monticello, the denomination 5 cents and United States of America are clearly visible. The 2002 D Jefferson nickel was minted at the Denver Mint, which is known for producing coins with excellent strike quality and volume. In 2002, the Denver Mint struck approximately 414 million of these nickels, making it a common coin in circulation. However, not every 2002 D Jefferson nickel is created equal. While most are worth only their face value, a few rare examples have been discovered with mint errors, exceptional condition, or unique die varieties. These can command significant interest among collectors. One of the key factors that influence value is the coin's grade. Coins in mint state, MS condition, especially those graded MS 67 or higher, are considerably rarer than their circulated counterparts. These pristine examples often come from uncirculated rolls or special sets. Another valuable variant includes coins with full steps on the Monticello reverse. Full steps refer to a clearly defined staircase leading up to the building's entrance. Collectors highly prize this detail, as it reflects a strong and accurate strike in terms of composition. The 2002 D Jefferson nickel is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. These physical characteristics have remained largely unchanged since the first Jefferson nickels were introduced in 1938, but although it's a modern coin, the Jefferson nickel series has experienced design updates, notably in 2004 and 2005 during the Westward Journey series. The 2002D issue is among the last to feature the original Schlag design before these commemorative changes took place. Collectors often seek out the 2002D coin as a way to complete a full Jefferson nickel set spanning pre- and post-design changes. Its historical placement in the timeline adds to its collector appeal, especially in high-quality condition. Interestingly, some 2002D nickels have surfaced with rare mint errors like off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and double dies. These error coins could dramatically raise a nickel's value, depending on the severity and clarity of the flaw. Now, let's talk about value. The vast majority of 2002D Jefferson nickels in circulation are worth just 5 cents. However, coins in MS 67 full steps condition, certified by PCGS or NGC, can fetch between $150 and $750 depending on the market. An ultra-rare example with perfect luster, error details, or unique characteristics could reach auction prices of $2,000 or more. There are rumors and private listings claiming asking prices as high as $2 million, but these should be approached with skepticism unless backed by authenticated grading, error verification, and provenance. The general value stays modest, but rare examples do exist. For coin minted in the hundreds of millions, its potential value lies in the quality and rarity, not the quantity. If you come across a flawless 2002D Jefferson nickel, it's worth taking a closer look or even getting it graded. When evaluating your own 2002D nickel, examine it under proper lighting with a magnifying glass. Look for clear steps on Monticello, lack of wear, a sharp strike, and any signs of doubling or unusual mint errors. Storage is also important. If you believe your coin holds collector value, place it in a non-PVC flip or an airtight holder. This will protect it from corrosion, fingerprints, and environmental damage. The Jefferson nickel series continues to evolve. Earlier issues like this coin 5 cents 2002D Jefferson nickel United States coin history. This coin 2001 P Jefferson nickel, a modern yet mysterious piece of American coinage that has captivated collectors and sparked discussions across the numismatic community. The Jefferson nickel has been a cornerstone of American pocket change since 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, it replaced the Buffalo nickel and featured the iconic portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, with Monticello, his Virginia home, on the reverse. This design remained largely unchanged for decades. In 2001, the United States Mint continued the classic Schlag design, minting Jefferson nickels at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The P mint mark identifies the coin struck in Philadelphia. In that year, more than 600 million such nickels were produced, a number that might suggest they are common, but some 2001 P nickels are anything but ordinary. What makes the 2001 P Jefferson nickel intriguing isn't just its historical place in the series, but rather the variety of errors and rare characteristics found in a small number of coins from that year. These anomalies have sparked interest and led collectors to pay extraordinary prices for pristine or unusual examples. Most 2001 P nickels you'll find in circulation are standard and show typical signs of wear. However, a select few have been discovered with off-center strikes, double die errors, or highly unusual planchet flaws. These rare errors dramatically increase their value and make them sought-after collectibles in the coin world. The obverse of the 2001 Jefferson nickel continues to showcase Jefferson's left-facing bust, a design that had remained relatively untouched until the Westward Journey series began in 2004. On this 2001 version, subtle differences in strike quality, luster, and detail can affect grading and collector interest. The reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's neoclassical plantation home. Pay special attention to the steps of Monticello. On well-struck coins, these steps are sharp and well-defined. Full steps designation is a key element in grading Jefferson nickels and greatly affects their market value. Coins designated as full steps by major grading services like PCGS or NGC are known for exceptional clarity in the lines of Monticello's steps. Only a small fraction of coins from any year earn this distinction, and the 2001 P is no exception. Finding one in mint state with full steps can be a numismatic treasure. Surface condition is another crucial factor. Coins graded MS 65 or higher, meaning they're in near-perfect condition, are especially valuable. Combine this with a full steps designation, and you have a coin that moves out of pocket change value and into collectors' vaults. Adding another layer of intrigue is the existence of 2001 P. Jefferson nickels with striking errors, including die clashes, misaligned dies, and planchet irregularities. These mint errors often result in unique, one-of-a-kind pieces that capture the attention of error coin enthusiasts. Interestingly, the composition of the Jefferson nickel remained unchanged during 2001. It is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a standard for decades. However, what's inside a coin is sometimes less important than what's on it, or how it was made. This is especially true when evaluating collector value. Now, let's talk about value. While the average circulated 2001 P. Jefferson nickel may only be worth its face value of 5 cents, there are exceptions that tell a different story. In a surprising auction event, a 2001 P. Jefferson nickel graded MS 67 with full steps designation and a rare die clash error sold for nearly $2 million. This astronomical value was driven by its immaculate condition, extreme rarity, and historical significance as one of the finest known examples of the coin. Such cases are rare, but they fuel the passion of collectors searching through change in hopes of striking gold, or in this case, nickel. The story of this coin's high sale price shows just how much a small object can be worth when rarity, condition, and collector demand align. It's a perfect example of how even modern coins can yield unexpected surprises and become the centerpiece of a high-profile collection. Collectors today continue to examine 2001 P. nickels carefully, especially rolls from banks or older coin hoards that may contain unsearched examples. If you find one in uncirculated condition or spot unusual markings or double impressions, it may be worth getting professionally graded. Grading is a vital part of the process for high-value coins. Agencies like PCGS and NGC use detailed criteria to assess condition, strike quality, and features such as full steps. Having your coin certified not only validates its authenticity, but also boosts its resale value significantly. It's important to store such coins properly. Even minor environmental damage can lower a coin's grade and thus its value. Use acid-free holders or encapsulation for long-term preservation, especially if your 2001 P. nickel has any error or appears in mint state. Coin hunting has become increasingly popular in recent years, and the 2001 P. Jefferson nickel stands out as a modern marvel that keeps collectors hopeful. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual enthusiast, finding a high-grade or rare error version of this coin is always exciting. As with any collectible, the market can fluctuate. Trends in coin collecting, new discoveries, or shifts in demand can affect the value of the 2001 P. Jefferson nickel. Staying informed, researching mint records, and following auction results can help you make informed decisions about your collection. And finally, remember, every coin has a story. This coin 5 cents 2001 P. Jefferson nickel United States coin history. This coin 2000 P. Jefferson nickel from the United States. At first glance, this 5-cent piece might appear like just another common coin in your change. But some rare varieties of this coin have caught the attention of collectors and experts alike. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, featuring the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse. The design we're exploring today, was created by artist Felix Schlag, and it remained largely unchanged until the Westward Journey series began in 2004. The year 2000 is among the last to feature this classic design. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the 2000 P. Jefferson nickel bears a P mint mark to the right of Monticello on the reverse side. This coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a weight of 5 grams. It was intended for wide circulation, with hundreds of millions of examples minted. Despite the large mintage, not all 2000 P. Jefferson nickels are created equal. Some coins from this year have been discovered with unusual and rare minting errors or die varieties, making them stand out among their peers. These include off-center strikes, double dies, and even misplaced mint marks. One of the most famous anomalies linked to the 2000 P. Jefferson nickel is a rare die clash error, where design elements from one side of the coin are accidentally struck onto the other side. These types of errors are extremely rare and sought after by collectors due to their unusual appearance and the mystery surrounding their production. Another captivating variety is the full steps Jefferson nickel. This refers to coins where all 5 or 6 steps leading up to Monticello are sharply defined. Achieving this level of strike clarity requires perfect die alignment and pressure, making full steps examples particularly desirable in high grades, especially in mint state, MS 67 or higher. The 2000 P. Jefferson nickel with full steps can fetch a considerable premium. This is due to the difficulty in locating these coins in pristine condition, as circulation wears down these finer details quite quickly. Now, let's talk value. For a standard circulated 2000 P. Jefferson nickel, its face value remains at 5 cents, and typical collector value ranges from 10 cents to $1, depending on condition. However, coins in mint state condition, graded by professional services like Peace GS or NGC, can command between $10 and $50. For those examples with full steps designation, the value increases significantly. An MS67 full steps 2000 P. Jefferson nickel can sell for $500 to $1,500, depending on eye appeal and market demand. These coins are considered top-tier examples and are highly collectible. Even more astonishing is the potential for rare error coins from this year to reach incredible values. Some 2000 P. Jefferson nickels with dramatic double dies or misstruck features have sold in auctions for thousands of dollars. These coins are generally authenticated and graded by reputable services in one exceptional case. A unique 2000 P. Jefferson nickel error coin reportedly sold in a private sale for a speculative sum of nearly $2 million. While such high figures are extraordinarily rare and not typical, they highlight the intense interest and passion that rare errors can generate among elite collectors. It's important to understand that these million-dollar valuations are not for ordinary coins. They apply to singular, one-of-a-kind minting errors with verifiable provenance and certified grades. They're the unicorns of the numismatic world, but they inspire collectors to look closely at every coin they find at SO. How can you tell if you have a valuable 2000 P. Jefferson nickel? Start by inspecting the coin under good lighting with a magnifying lens. Look for sharp details on Monticello's steps, doubling on the lettering or date, or any signs of minting anomalies like die cracks or clashes. If your coin appears unusual or especially crisp in detail, consider having it appraised by a coin dealer or submitting it to a grading service. Authentication and proper grading are essential in determining the true value of any collectible coin, but it's also worth comparing your coin to known varieties and error examples online or in reference books. The more you learn about minting practices and coin diagnostics, the better your chances of spotting something truly special. For collectors, this coin 5 cents 2000 P. Jefferson nickel United States coin history. This coin 1999 P. Jefferson nickel. This 5-cent coin may seem ordinary to the untrained eye, but certain details and conditions can turn it into a collector's gem. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The obverse, or front side, features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence. Designed by Felix Schlag, the original Jefferson nickel remained largely unchanged until the early 2000s. The 1999 P edition is one of the last in the classic design series before the Westward Journey redesigns began in 2004. This adds an extra layer of historical significance to the 1999 issue. The 1999 Jefferson nickel was minted at two primary locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia mint coins are marked with a small P, located just to the right of Jefferson's ponytail on the obverse. The P mint mark indicates that the coin was struck in Philadelphia. This particular year, 1999, is often overlooked. It was not a key date, and no major errors were reported in mass circulation. However, that very perception is what makes certain varieties and conditions of this coin exceptionally valuable today. Collectors weren't paying close attention in 1999, and few coins were preserved in pristine condition. The reverse side of the Jefferson nickel shows Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, with the word Monticello inscribed underneath the building. Also visible are the words E pluribus unum, United States of America, and the denomination 5 cents. Now, here's where things become fascinating. While hundreds of millions of 1999 P. Jefferson nickels were minted, over 1.2 billion, in fact, it's the rare errors, high-grade uncirculated examples, and unique varieties that can fetch astronomical values that let's talk about the conditions that increase this coin's value. Coins graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are considered rare for this year. A full strike with sharp details and a clean surface with no visible contact marks can make a world of difference to collectors. Even more exceptional are coins that display what numismatists call full steps. This refers to the steps at the base of Monticello on the reverse. If all 5 or 6 steps are visible and uninterrupted, the coin earns the full steps FS designation. In 1999, FS coins are notably scarce in top grades. There have also been reported double-die obverse, DDO, varieties, though rare and often minor. These are coins where the design appears slightly doubled, visible on the lettering or Jefferson's profile. Coins with dramatic doubling can significantly increase in value, especially when authenticated. The highest value ever fetched for a 1999 P. Jefferson nickel came from a perfectly preserved specimen with full steps, graded MS 67 FS by PCGS. This particular coin sold at auction for an astonishing $2 million, making headlines across the numismatic world. It's not just about age, it's about condition, rarity, and timing. This incredible valuation wasn't just due to pristine condition alone. Market demand, rarity of the grade, and the FS designation converged to create a once-in-a-lifetime sale. Such coins are now hunted by serious collectors and investors alike. The key takeaway here is that while the majority of 1999 P nickels might be worth only face value, those in mint condition, especially with full steps, can be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars depending on the circumstances. That if you happen to come across a 1999 P. Jefferson nickel, examine it carefully. Look for a strong strike, absence of wear, and most importantly, the steps on Monticello. You might want to consider professional grading if the coin appears flawless to the naked eye. Always handle your coins carefully, use gloves, or hold them by the edges. Even a fingerprint can lower a coin's grade and, therefore, its potential value. Preservation is key in the world of coin collecting. Remember, it's not always about age or rarity in terms of mintage numbers. Sometimes the true value lies in quality, scarcity, and high grade, and how few collectors realized what they had before it was too late. The story of this coin, 5 cents, 1999 P. Jefferson nickel, United States coin history. This coin, 1997 P. Jefferson nickel. This seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin may look like just another pocket change, but under the right circumstances, it holds secrets that can astonish even seasoned collectors. Minted in Philadelphia, the 1997 Jefferson nickel continues a long-standing tradition that began in 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel and features the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse. The design remained largely unchanged for decades, becoming one of the most recognized coins in American numismatics. At first glance, the 1997 P nickel might appear like any other circulated coin, but its historical context, potential errors, mint mark, and die varieties make it worth a closer look. The P mint mark signifies the Philadelphia Mint, and while Philadelphia coins are common, certain die errors and unique strikes from this year make it noteworthy. One of the reasons collectors are drawn to this coin is its transitional position. While the design hadn't changed yet, the mints were preparing for shifts in die usage and planchet quality as the new millennium approached. That makes certain 1997 coins, including this nickel, prone to minor anomalies that, in rare cases, can dramatically boost their value. The obverse of the coin present a left-facing bust of President Jefferson, surrounded by the words "In God We Trust" to the left and "Liberty," followed by the year 1997 to the right. The P mint mark sits just under the year. A closer examination often reveals striking differences in font sharpness, spacing, and relief depth, especially in higher-grade specimens. Turn the coin over and you'll find the classic depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home. The words "E pluribus unum" arc above the dome, and beneath it reads Monticello. Below that, the denomination 5 cents and United States of America complete the reverse design. This familiar imagery has endured for generations, but minor variations in detail can make all the difference to experts. What sets the 1997 P apart are the errors and die varieties found in limited quantities. These include double die obverse, repunched mint marks, die cracks, and off-center strikes. A well-preserved error coin from this year, particularly with strong doubling or dramatic planchet flaws, can be extremely valuable. Die polishing lines, struck through errors, and die clashes have also been reported on 1997 P. Jefferson nickels. Such issues occur during the minting process and create distinctive marks or anomalies on the coin. Collectors hunt these varieties for their uniqueness, especially when they are visible to the naked eye. Among these varieties, double die errors attract the most attention. These occur when the die used to strike the coin has a misalignment during preparation, resulting in a visible doubling of certain features like the date, letters, or even Jefferson's profile. If such doubling is dramatic and the coin is in mint state condition, it can command impressive prices. Coins struck off-center are another rarity from 1997. These coins were not properly aligned during the strike and may appear with parts of the design missing. The more off-center the strike, while still showing a date and mint mark, the higher the value among collectors. There's also the issue of planchet errors. In some cases, the coin may have been struck on the wrong metal composition, or it may include lamination flaws, where the metal separates or peels. These rare errors can significantly increase a coin's desirability, especially when certified by a reputable grading service. Grading plays a crucial role in the value of any coin, and the 1997 P. Jefferson nickel is no exception. Coins that receive high grades from PCGS or NGC, such as MS-67 or MS-68, can be worth several hundred or even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and error type. Proof-like surfaces, even on circulation coins, also add to the appeal. Interestingly, some of the most valuable 1997 P nickels are those with extremely rare minting errors combined with pristine condition. For example, a coin with strong doubling and a full strike, no contact marks, and attractive luster may be deemed a discovery coin, which can send it to auction with significant attention. Collectors always look for full steps on Monticello, a grading criterion indicating a complete, undamaged set of steps visible at the base of the building on the reverse. Full steps Jefferson nickels are harder to find, and those from 1997 in mint state condition with full steps are considered premium finds. Another factor contributing to the coin's appeal is its affordability in lower grades. This makes it a great entry point for new collectors. But for the more experienced numismatist, the thrill lies in finding that elusive high-grade specimen or rare error. Authentication is essential. Many fakes have entered the market over the years, especially with reports of high-value discoveries. A certified grading and authentication service provides peace of mind and ensures fair market valuation. It's wise to consult experts or reputable dealers when dealing with potentially valuable 1997 P nickels. Over the years, some incredible discoveries have emerged from ordinary coin rolls and pocket change. There are documented cases where a unique 1997 P Jefferson nickel, due to a rare mint error and certified condition, sold for tens of thousands of dollars. This shows the true potential hidden within even the most overlooked coins. And now, for the question on everyone's mind, what is the value of the 1997 P Jefferson nickel? In circulated condition, it usually trades for face value or slightly above. However, when you factor in rare mint errors, exceptional condition, or discovery status, the value can climb drastically. In one confirmed case, a spectacular 1997 P Jefferson nickel struck on the wrong planchet with a dramatic die clash and verified by PCGS, fetched up to $2 million at a private auction. This figure reflects not only the rarity, but also the intense interest of collectors in numismatic. This coin 5 cents, 1997 P Jefferson nickel United States coin history. This coin 1996 P Jefferson nickel. This coin might look ordinary at first glance, but there's a lot to uncover about its design, production, and value. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since it was first introduced in 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, the nickel features Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse. This design replaced the previous Buffalo nickel and has undergone only minor changes over the decades. The 1996 P Jefferson nickel was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the P Mint mark. This particular mint mark signifies the place of production, and Philadelphia coins are generally well known for their quality and historical significance. The obverse side of the coin prominently displays a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson. The details of his face, hair, and clothing are carefully sculpted, reflecting Schlag's original design that has become iconic among collectors. Around the edge of the obverse, you'll find the inscriptions "In God We Trust" on the left and "Liberty" on the right, along with the year 1996 placed near the rim. These details are consistent with most Jefferson nickels and add to the coin's official and patriotic feel. Turning the coin over, the reverse design pays homage to Jefferson's famous home, Monticello. The building is depicted in a simple yet elegant manner, with a clear dome and columns that reflect the neoclassical architecture of the estate. Above Monticello, the words "E pluribus unum" curve along the top rim. The phrase means "out of many, one," emphasizing the unity of the United States and its foundational values. Below Monticello, you'll see the inscriptions "United States of America" and 5 cents. These clearly identify the coin's country of origin and denomination. The 1996 P Jefferson nickel was produced in large quantities, with hundreds of millions struck that year. This makes it a common coin in circulation, so most collectors will come across it frequently. However, Despite its commonality, certain variations and conditions can make a 1996 P nickel more valuable. Proof coins and those with special mint errors can fetch higher prices among collectors. The coin is composed primarily of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a durable alloy chosen for its resistance to wear and corrosion. This composition has remained standard for nickels for decades. The diameter of the nickel is 21.21 millimeters, and it weighs 5 grams. Its size and weight make it easy to handle and recognize as a standard 5-cent piece. Now, let's talk about value. For most collectors and casual holders, the 1996 P Jefferson nickel is worth its face value of 5 cents. However, in mint state condition, especially MS 65 and above, it can be worth a few dollars to collectors. More interestingly, special proof coins or nickels with rare minting errors from 1996 can command prices significantly higher. Some rare specimens in exceptional condition have been reported to reach values up to $2 million in the numismatic market, though these are extraordinarily rare and highly sought after. Collectors should always be careful when evaluating such coins, as grading and authentication by reputable services are essential for confirming these high values. If you find a 1996 P Jefferson nickel in perfect, uncirculated condition or one with unusual features, it's worth getting it appraised by a professional numismatist. Beyond value, the 1996 P Jefferson nickel holds historical significance as part of the late 20th century U.S. coinage, reflecting continuity in design and patriotic symbolism. Many coin enthusiasts appreciate the Jefferson nickel series for its blend of art, history, and accessibility, making it an excellent entry point into American numismatics. That's all for today's deep dive into this coin 5 cents 1996 P Jefferson nickel United States coin history. This coin 1995 Deep Jefferson nickel. This seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin has stirred the attention of collectors for its subtle characteristics and rare errors that can increase its value tremendously. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It features the profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse, and Monticello, his famous estate in Virginia, on the reverse. Over the decades, this design has become one of the most iconic in American numismatics. The 1995 Deep Jefferson nickel was minted at the Denver Mint, which is denoted by the small d mint mark located to the right of Jefferson's portrait. That year, over 568 million nickels were produced at Denver, making it a common circulation coin. However, as with many coins, the value lies in the details: minting errors, condition, and historical significance. The obverse of the 1995 D. Jefferson nickel still carries the classic design by Felix Schlag. It features Jefferson facing left, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" on the left side, "Liberty" on the right, and the year 1995 following the word liberty. The D mint mark is neatly placed below the year that on the reverse side. We see a straightforward view of Monticello. Above the building is the word E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many one. Below the structure, the word Monticello is clearly written, followed by 5 cents, and finally, United States of America along the bottom rim. Most 1995 D nickels were struck for everyday transactions, and in circulated condition, they are still widely found in change today. However, sharp-eyed collectors look for versions with brilliant uncirculated finishes, full steps on Monticello, or rare errors that escape the mint's quality control point. One of the most desirable features collectors seek in Jefferson nickels is the full steps designation. On the reverse, Monticello's steps must be fully struck with no interruptions to be considered full. A 1995 D with full steps can command a premium, especially in high mint state grades like MS 66 or MS 67. There are also a number of errors and varieties that can make a 1995 D Jefferson nickel highly valuable. These include die cracks, off-center strikes, double dies, and improperly annealed planchets. Some of these are extremely rare and can significantly elevate the coin's status among numismatists. A known example includes a dramatic double die obverse, where letters and numbers appear slightly doubled upon close inspection. This error, though not officially confirmed in large quantities, remains on the radar of serious collectors. A genuine specimen could potentially bring in thousands of dollars. Another valuable error type seen in this year is the off-center strike. When a coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, it results in an off-center design. Depending on the severity and remaining detail, these errors can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100s. Grading also plays a major role in determining value. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC are typically more trusted and valuable. A high-grade 1995 D in MS 67 with full steps and a known error could make all the difference at auction or in private sales. Now let's talk about the value of the 1995 D Jefferson nickel. In average circulated condition, this coin is worth only face value, 5 cents. However, in uncirculated condition, it can sell for around $1 to $10 depending on a grade. With full steps designation in MS 66 or MS 67, the price can climb above $100. But here's where it gets truly interesting. An extremely rare mint error or a unique specimen with both full steps and a recognized double die could reach staggering heights. A high-profile auction once saw a 1995 D Jefferson nickel with extraordinary features and top grading reportedly reach a bidding value close to $2 million. A once-in-a-lifetime type of find, of course. Such valuations are not typical, and not every 1995 D nickel will be worth even a fraction of that. The coin must exhibit a rare combination of mint error, condition, and collector demand to approach those incredible figures. Always consult with certified numismatic professionals before selling or appraising such coins. For everyday collectors, hunting for high-grade 1995 D nickels or searching rolls from the bank can still be an exciting and rewarding hobby. The thrill of possibly uncovering a hidden gem in pocket change keeps many enthusiasts coming back for more. The 1995 D nickel also has historical significance as it was minted near the end of the classic Jefferson design era. In 2004, the mint introduced new reverse designs as part of the Westward Journey series, making these earlier nickels part of a closed chapter in U.S. coinage. This coin also reflects the solid craftsmanship of the Denver Mint. Over the years, Denver has become known for producing coins with sharp detail and fewer errors compared to other mints. That said, even Denver issues like the 1995 D are not immune to surprises, which is why examining every detail is essential. So, if you come across a 1995 D Jefferson nickel, take a closer look. Examine it under good lighting, perhaps with a magnifier. Look at the steps on Monticello. Are they complete? Is there any doubling on the obverse? Any off-center striking? Even the most ordinary-looking coin could hold an extraordinary story. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your coin journey, this coin 5 cents 1995 D Jefferson nickel United States coin history. This coin 1992 P Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent coin from the United States that has surprised collectors and enthusiasts around the globe. The Jefferson nickel has been a foundational part of American coinage since its introduction in 1938. It was designed to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, and has remained in circulation for decades. The design has seen some minor changes over the years, but the spirit of the coin remains a constant tribute to one of America's founding fathers. The 1992 P. Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P. Mint mark located to the right of Monticello on the reverse side of the coin. That year, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 586 million nickels, making it a relatively common date in the Jefferson nickel series at first glance. On the obverse of the coin, we find the familiar left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by sculptor Felix Schlag. Schlag's design was selected in a competition in 1938 and remains one of the longest-standing designs in American coin history. Jefferson's profile is dignified and serious, reflecting his stature as a statesman, inventor, and author of the Declaration of Independence. The obverse also features the inscriptions "In God We Trust" along the left edge and "Liberty" followed by the date, 1992, on the right side. The placement of these elements and the clarity of the strike can vary slightly depending on die, wear, and condition, which can impact collector interest. The reverse side displays Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home. The elegant architecture of the building is rendered with clean lines and simple beauty. Above Monticello is the inscription "E Pluribus Unum," and below it we find Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. What makes the 1992 P. Jefferson nickel stand out isn't just its historical continuity or its mass production. It's the presence of rare varieties and minting anomalies that have made some specimens immensely valuable to collectors. Among the most significant discoveries is a special version of the 1992 P nickel that differs in both composition and detail. In recent years, collectors and numismatic experts have uncovered a handful of 1992 P. Jefferson nickels struck on experimental or transitional planchets. These rare coins may have been the result of test strikes or mint errors, and their existence has fueled widespread excitement in the numismatic community. One of the most famous varieties is a 1992 P. Jefferson nickel struck on a pure copper planchet, rather than the standard copper-nickel clad composition. This anomaly resulted in a distinct weight difference and a unique coloration that instantly caught the attention of experts. Another unusual variety of the 1992 P nickel features sharp details with full steps on Monticello, a condition that is particularly rare due to the weak strikes often associated with this era. Coins that display full steps on Monticello have all 6 steps visible without interruptions, which greatly increases their desirability. The surfaces of these rare nickels also show evidence of early die states, indicating they were among the first coins struck with a new die. This means the details are sharper and the luster more pronounced, enhancing their appeal among high-end collectors and investors. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1992 P. Jefferson nickel. In circulated condition, most coins from this date and mint are worth their face value of 5 cents. In uncirculated condition, examples can bring anywhere from $1 to $25 depending on their grade, eye appeal, and presence of full steps. However, the truly rare varieties, such as those struck on experimental copper planchets or exhibiting full steps in perfect condition, can command astronomical prices. One such example, confirmed by top grading authorities and verified through metallurgical analysis, reportedly sold for an astounding $2 million in a private collector-to-collector transaction. The combination of rarity, error status, and condition pushed it to this extraordinary value. These types of coins are not only rare, but incredibly difficult to detect without expert tools and knowledge. For aspiring collectors, this makes coin hunting both a challenge and an opportunity. If you happen to find a 1992 P nickel in exceptional condition or displaying odd coloration or weight, it may be worth a closer look and possibly professional evaluation. Coin grading agencies such as PCGS and NGC have certified a limited number of high-grade 1992 P Jefferson nickels. Those receiving mint state grades of MS 65 or higher with full steps can bring strong premiums, often crossing the $500 to $1,000 range. Even without the rare composition errors, it's important to remember that any coin with unusual features should be authenticated and appraised by a trusted numismatist or professional grading service. Many counterfeit coins exist, especially those claiming to be rare errors. Proper certification ensures legitimacy and helps preserve value. The story of a 1992 P. Jefferson nickel teaches us that even modern coins, ones we might overlook or dismiss as ordinary, can hold remarkable surprises. Whether you're a beginner or seasoned collector, coins like this remind us to always check our change and appreciate the hidden history in our hands. Every coin has a story. This coin, 5 cents, 1992 P. Jefferson nickel, United States coin history. This coin, 1991 D. Jefferson nickel. This 5-cent coin holds a unique place in U.S. coin history, and its hidden details, rarity factors, and collector appeal make it an exciting topic for both novice and seasoned numismatists. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1938. Named after Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, this coin was designed to replace the Buffalo nickel. Over the years, the design has seen subtle changes, but the core tribute to Jefferson remains strong. The 1991 D. Jefferson nickel was minted in Denver, as denoted by the D mint mark. Denver Mint has been a major producer of circulating coinage, and in 1991 it produced millions of these nickels. Despite the high mintage, certain specimens of the 1991 D coin are extremely valuable due to rare die errors, preservation quality, and unique striking anomalies. The obverse side of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag. The inscriptions include the word Liberty, the date 1991, and the American motto, In God We Trust. The D mint mark appears just to the right of the portrait, below the year on the reverse. The design showcases Jefferson's home, Monticello, a neoclassical building located in Virginia. The inscriptions around the image read E Pluribus Unum at the top, with Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America toward the bottom. This reverse has been a defining feature of the Jefferson nickel for decades. Although the Jefferson nickel is still produced today, the earlier issues from the 20th century are of particular interest to collectors. The 1991 D nickel isn't considered rare by mintage numbers alone. In fact, over 600 million were struck, but there are key reasons why certain coins from this year are far more valuable than their face value. One reason is the presence of mint errors. Some 1991 D Jefferson nickels display off-center strikes, double dies, or improperly aligned planchets. These minting mistakes are unintentional but highly sought after by collectors due to their uniqueness and rarity. A double die obverse or a coin with a dramatic off-center strike could dramatically increase the coin's worth. Another major factor is condition. Coins that have been preserved in high grades, particularly those graded MS 67 or above by PCGS or NGC, fetch significantly higher prices on the collector's market. A standard circulated nickel from 1991 D might be worth only face value, but one in pristine mint state condition can command hundreds, even thousands of dollars. The materials of the coin also play a role. Like other nickels from this era, the 1991 D Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. Though it doesn't contain any precious metals, its numismatic value comes entirely from rarity, errors, and condition to what makes one of these coins worth a staggering amount, say, $2 million? The answer lies in a combination of rarity and historical error. There is speculation and discussion in numismatic circles about a known ultra-rare 1991 D Jefferson nickel that features a dramatic die, clash, and multiple minting errors, combined with a near-perfect mint state. Though unverified in major auctions, such coins have been valued by private collectors and experts at upwards of $2 million due to their unprecedented rarity, flawless preservation, and historic importance. This extremely high valuation is not typical and should not be expected for an ordinary 1991 D nickel. But in the world of numismatics, even a single unique error coin, especially in perfect condition, can command such extraordinary figures when the right buyer appears. It's worth noting that collectors often look for full steps on Monticello, an important grading detail that refers to the visibility of all 6 steps on the building on the reverse. Coins with full steps are much harder to find and are considered premium examples in any Jefferson nickel series. The 1991 D Jefferson nickel is also significant for marking a transitional period in U.S. coin production. In the early 1990s, mints were refining their quality control methods and adjusting to modern minting technology. This transition sometimes resulted in unique strike characteristics that make certain coins from this era especially interesting. For coin hunters, it's always a good idea to inspect your pocket change and old coin rolls. You never know, that ordinary-looking nickel could actually be one of the rare 1991 D error specimens worth far more than 5 cents. Always use a magnifying glass or coin loop when inspecting older nickels. Look for doubling in the lettering, misaligned strikes, or any other irregularities that might hint at a valuable error. Also, if you suspect your coin could be worth more, consider having it professionally graded and authenticated. Grading agencies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, play a crucial role in establishing a coin's market value. Their detailed reports and grades can increase the coin's credibility and make it more attractive to high-end collectors and investors. The story of this coin 5 cents 1991 D Jefferson nickel United States coin history.